Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Here we are. This is the first day of Ramadan, and what we are trying to do is to get the very essence of our religion and our teaching. And the best way to do this, once again, is to come to the essence of our religion and following the Prophet ﷺ, to come back to the link that we find in the Quran when it comes to the very central figure of Ibrahim alayhi salam. We need to get this because while we are starting to fast, there is something which is important where we have to understand this very essence. Millata abikum Ibrahim huwa sammakumul muslimin min qabl. This is the tradition, this is the way of Abraham, and he is the one who called you Muslims before. And what we have to understand that you have a link with him. He is the central figure of monotheism in history. And while we know that we are following in the footsteps of the messenger, peace be upon him, we need to understand that there is something which is beyond that, that Islam is beyond this. While what we get is that he was the first to come and to say it in a very clear way. Of course, before him, we had scholars, we had also messengers, and we had prophets, but he's the one who said, وَإِذْ قَالَ لَهُ رَبُّهُ أَسْلِمْ قَالَ أَسْلَمْتُ لِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. When his Lord told him, come to my peace, submit, follow this, go through this submission, he said, I submit, I recognize, I acknowledge the very essence of the one God, God of all the worlds. So what we have in this, the very essence of this message is once again that we are following in the footsteps of Ibrahim alayhi salam. And we get three lessons out of this tradition. The first one, coming from Millata Ibrahim, is that we are fasting while we are reconciling ourselves with our heart. We are reconciling ourselves with a very old tradition, the tradition that God sent to all humanity. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. You have been sent but as a mercy for the worlds and for the people. And this is where we understand that we are fasting as others are fasting. كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامُ كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ. You have to fast. The fast has been prescribed to you as it was for the people before you. So there is something which is a very long tradition. The second thing is to understand that our message, coming back to our heart, is the intimate universal, reconciling, meeting, marrying, merging with the universal of this message for history. And then this is the relationship that we have, the intimate and the universal, the inward universal and the outward universal. What we are experiencing here is something which is essential to this. And the last thing that we have to do is, while we are fasting, we need to understand here that this is a month where our individual experience is reaching the community of humanity, the human brotherhood, inshallah. Let us think about this while we are fasting. And remember, never forget to tell the people you love that you love them. Inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.